Traveling and touring the country via an RV is gaining popularity. Over 72 million Americans plan to take a trip in an RV this year alone. So let's pop down to Florida to check out their RV Supershow in Tampa with Mike Caudill. He's going to show us some new models, what's trending, and some new technology in RVs. Hey there, Mike.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Fantastic.
Yes, it looks like there's a lot of fun stuff happening behind you. Let us know what's taking place at this grand show.
Well, you know what? This is the kickoff to the RV show season here in Tampa. The Florida RV Supershow is one of the largest in the country, and over the course of the next few months, you're going to see RV shows hitting every city in the country. Now, what's really unique about this show, there are more than 1,300 RVs here on the premises. There are more than 680,000 jobs in the RV industry, and from an economic impact standpoint, it generates about $140 billion. And it's all about American made. That's what's unique about the RV industry. Now, here specifically at the show, what are consumers looking at? Here are some great examples of what they're taking a look at here at the show. We're talking about travel trailers. They're affordable. You can tow them behind a small SUV or a small truck, and you're going to find pricing in that $20,000 range for some of these RVs. And then you can take a look at Class Bs. These are smaller drivable units, and even if you want to go off-road, those are also options as well. That's what's unique about the RV industry. Here's some great images of those that go off-road. They have bigger wheels, bigger tires, and then of course you've got Class A's, and those Class A's are amazing. They're long, they're big, they're luxurious, and you can take those out on the open highway. Now, one of the big themes this year is America 250. Speaking of America 50, I've got 4 F-35 pilots flying over me right now to kick off the show here. But it's about America 250, getting out on the open highway. I just talked yesterday with the folks at Go RVing and the RV Industry Association. Nearly 76 million Americans plan to get out in an RV this year, and they provided itineraries for Americans to basically get on their website and figure out where they want to go. So if you don't know what you want to do, they've got great itineraries on there for you. And I just figured before I go, I'd show you guys some of these other RVs. You can tell I'm in a sea of RVs here down in Tampa with everything happening. By the way, you guys have your Fort Wayne RV and camping show happening here in a week. January 29th it starts. So a lot of the RVs here, you're going to be able to see at that RV show.
Yes, that is really exciting. As I'm looking at all the new type of models, I find it interesting, a triangular RV. I'm like, what is that about?
I know. Well, that's what's beautiful is they have, RVs for everyone out there on the market. By the way, I wanted to show this to you fast. I also stumbled on this yesterday. They have something called a travel passport. So if you want to log where you go in your RV, they've got a great way for you to do it now. So something pretty cool as well. You can find those at local dealers.
Yes, and as we're looking at the different types of RVs, also the inside of them seem to have been upgraded in so many ways where it looks like you're in a mini home. So can you tell me about some of the newest trends and some of the appliances and things like that on the inside?
Yeah, RVs have become incredibly advanced when it comes to technology, obviously speakers and flat screen televisions, but they're also integrating other forms of modern technology. I've seen a few with Amazon Alexa on the inside. They're finding ways to expand that experience to where you can take a lot of the electronics that you normally have out there on the open road. I've seen some with bunk beds, I've seen some with special play areas, and even, think about COVID, so many people took to the RV to get away during COVID. Well, some of these RVs even have workstations and little offices in them as well. So it's all about innovation this year at the RV Super Show.
Yes, and people love to hop in an RV and travel. Like you said, America is celebrating 250 years. So many people will be out on the roads just traveling and just trying to look at our great nation. Do you know what is like the largest RV holding space? Like how many bunks, I guess, or how many sleeping spaces can the RVs really get up to?
I've seen some of the RVs that can accommodate up to about 8 people inside of them. Some of them are a little bit bigger. And then as far as pricing goes, you can find some RVs that are in that $20,000, some sub $20,000 category, but you can find them all the way up to $2-3 million. So there's a wide difference between some of the RVs.
Yeah, and it's great that people can just kind of walk into them, touch them, and you say it's taking place all over. And as you mentioned, in Fort Wayne, upcoming at the Memorial Coliseum, we will have the Fort Wayne RV and Camping Show taking place January 29th through February 1st. And what would you encourage, really a good reason to encourage people to come out? What is the difference between watching the RVs as you are presenting it compared to them actually being out and seeing it for themselves?
I've been RVing my whole life. It's about creating memories, right? You're getting out there, you're getting rid of some of the electronics, you're going on hikes, you're hanging out in the campground, you're starting a little bonfire and you're hanging out around the campfire, telling stories. That's what's unique about this. You're getting to meet new people when you're out in a campground, and all of those things are about making memories, and that's specifically what it is for me. My kids were raised going to campgrounds. I was raised going to campgrounds, and that's what it is about in 2026 as well, especially with America 250. If you love America, you got to see America, and one way to do that is in an RV.
Yeah, awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking us inside of this show. You stay warm down there in Tampa, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you so much.
Yes. And if you'd like more information about the upcoming RV and Camping Show that's taking place in Fort Wayne at the Memorial Coliseum, we'll have their website listed below so that you can see how to get tickets. And I'll see you after the break.